Hi, this is your girl Tennessee Cutie coming at you with my review of season 2, episode 2 of Love and Hip Hop. Okay, this show is ghetto. I mean, it is beyond ghetto, and it's driving me crazy that it's on TV and we're watching it, and I'm watching it and I'm reviewing it. Like, it is just beyond ghetto. Um, we'll just pick up where we left off from last week. I mean, the show comes on, here we go again. Why do they have to show this fight again? Why do they have to show Kimbella snatching wigs, boobs out, butt out, dress up, Chrissy looking all disoriented? I call her Nanny McPhee, for those of you who don't know. And Yandy trying to calm everybody down. Chrissy telling her to shut up. She's such a bully. Chrissy is such a bully. Like, telling people, don't you come around me no more, and you better not come back, and whatever. And, Kimbella's still fixing herself up, saying she's still pretty. But it's just the whole essence of, like, why are they fighting in the first place? Like, this is clearly something that has nothing to do with the whole Emily situation. Chrissy just wanted a reason to punch this chick. And, she sucker punched her and knocked her out of her seat. And yeah, it was good for TV, but she looks like a mad, crazy woman. And there is nothing cute about that. And then we got Emily boo-hoo crying. Like, why are you crying? Like, as if you didn't know that Fab was seeing other people. Like, really? Like, why are you crying? Like, the whole thing just annoys me to no end. And then we have like Samaya and Emily giving their 2 cents about the whole thing. Olivia, shut up. You're boring. You can't get a record deal and you just need to get a life. You're like up Chrissy's butt so far. I'm surprised you're not like got a bedroom in her esophagus. So just shut up and sit down. Samaya, you know, she felt the wrath of Chrissy last season apparently. So she's trying to stay on her good side. So she jumps up and runs over to Chrissy as soon as she thinks that Kimbella's in trouble. And it just turned into like this whole mean girl session that I thought was so unattractive for really a bunch of women who are not unattractive physically at all, but their insides are so ugly it just resonates through them. And it's hard for me to really watch this show without just like wanting to throw my TV on the ground. But hey, I have to keep giving my review. So then we go to Nanny McPhee and Jim Jones in the bed. Like, they're ready, like they're just getting up, and Chrissy needs to give her confession. And Jim, who for the first time I can see the whites of his eyes, he's actually paying attention to her, listening to her for a moment, as she begins to tell him how she basically beat up his best friend's girl. Like how she sucker punched her, knocked her out, and Jim is just like totally lost trail of what she's saying. Like, you could just see his eyes like just go to another direction. And she's just steady talking and giggling, and he's just like not paying attention at all. Like, he's like texting. So I'm sure his mind is just like reeling about like, oh my God, like how is this going to impact? Like, is Joel's mad at me? Is he going to be mad at Chrissy? Like, how is it going to affect our music? How is it going to affect our money? Like, what is going to be up with this? And she tried to throw Yandy under the bus, but Jim was like, nah, like, Yandy's real naive. Like, I know that she would purposely do anything like this. So, he kind of put that to rest right away. But it was funny how Chrissy just was looking for somebody to blame. So she tries to throw Yandy under the bus. Like, really? Like, come on, this is all you, Ma. You the one who wanted to jump bad. You're the one who hit this chick, knocking her out of her seat. And now you have to deal with the fact that this could affect your man's business. And all Yandy was trying to do was to figure out, like, what's up. Why did this happen? And now you want to throw her under the bus with Jim? Like, she is so messy, but yet everybody like flocks to her. Like, it kills me. Um, but anyway, so that was the first clip. Okay, then we switched to this Samaya chick. Oh God, why are you so hard? Like, Mom, you don't have to be that hard to be effective. Like, her and this like mini me Maurice, her manager. Like, why is Barry funding her? Like, I still want to get to the bottom of that. Like, I gotta give it to her. She has drive. She has determination. She's hardworking. But why are you so hard? Like, just lighten up, Mom. Just, give a little femininity to yourself. Like, why do you have to be like this? You have the look, but the words and the actions are just so, like, ugh, gangster. It just drives me crazy. And she's talking about bullet wounds, and that's why she can't wear certain. I'm like, bullet wounds? I'm like, this chick is just way on another level. And, um, you know, as much as she's trying, I just don't think really that Samaya has it. I mean, we're going to see later in the show where she puts on the showcase that Barry funded. He was there. He seemed to be pleased. There was a lot of hiccups in between time, but you know, she put on a showcase, and I got to give it to her. I mean, she definitely works hard for what she wants. She's definitely dedicated. She's determined, but I just don't know that she has the product. I mean, I just don't know that she has the. I don't know. I don't know if the final product is really going to sell just because of how she acts. It's just so hard. And I know I keep saying that, but you'll see if you ever watch the show. She just, it just kills me. But anyway, this little manager of hers, they're just not getting along. I mean, she doesn't respect him. She doesn't respect his work. She doesn't respect what he tries to do, what he tries to say. She wants to be her own boss. I'm not really sure why she got a manager. You know what? If you don't need him, let him go. Just poof, let him go. Like, you know, like you clearly know what you want, what you're looking for, what you expect. And if he's not delivering it, then why are you like engaging in this back and forth? Just be gone. I mean, it's that simple. But yeah, she goes to get her teeth whitened and really just don't have. At the end of the day, the dress she wore at the beginning of the set of the showcase looked really nice. The pants, she had a little wardrobe malfunction with her pants, but other than that, she definitely could use a total image makeover. Because she really is a pretty girl. Like, I really think she's pretty, but she just doesn't know how to really accentuate that without coming off trashy. And so I guess she's going to have to work on that. And I was hoping that Emily could give her some tips, but Emily was like, yeah, I'm not a costume designer. I'm a wardrobe stylist. So I don't know if I can help you with that. But, you know, the season is still young. We're only on the second episode, so we have a ways to go. But then we have Yandy and Kimbella meeting up to discuss the fight. And Kimbella is just like, what the hell? Yandy was like, what happened? Like, dude, you know what happened. You were there. You saw her get like punched for nothing. Like, she just feeling like, oh, I'm in the moment. I'm going to let her know this. I'm going to tell her this information I have about Fab, like congratulating her for moving on. And it turns into an all-out brawl where she's like knocked back on her back, and Yandy's like all laughing, like, "Hey, girl, did you have any underwear on?" Like, that is so inappropriate. Like, this chick is sitting here like, you know, her butt out, boobs out, and getting knocked back, and then you're laughing and giggling about her not wearing any underwear. Like, really? Yeah, Yandy's a little bit immature for me, but you know, it's too early to judge her. I haven't seen enough of her. We still have a ways to go with the show. So I'll ride it out and see how she actually ends up portraying herself. But right now, she comes across very young. And maybe it's because of the industry she's in. She feels like she can always have this like little, you know, young edge to her. But when you're talking to your friend about something as serious as what just went down, Kimbella was just looking like, yeah, that was not cool at all. And I don't know. I just don't know if it can be repaired. I mean, if I was Kimbella, I just don't know if this would be repairable. Like, I just don't know if I would ever want to be in the same room with Chrissy, because she is a bully. She's mean. She's ghetto, and she's definitely looking to start trouble. And she looks for this like people to like hang on her every little word that eggs her on more. And you know, Kimbella doesn't need to involve herself in that. I mean, whenever your money is your face, and if you're like Drea said in the Basketball Wives, when your money's your face, you can't jeopardize that for anybody. So you can't be dealing with chicks who's going to attack you because they're looking like Nanny McPhee. They don't care because their face is not making them money. But when your face is making you money, you can't be around chicks who's going to try to damage that. You got to roll. And that's clearly what Kimbella needs to do. She needs to make a decision about what's in her best interest for her and her family. And right now, it is not being around any of these chicks because they're all bad news for her. So I say, push on, child. Don't even stop. Um, and then we have a little scene where Yandy gets together with the other girls, Olivia, Boring, Emily B, Boohoo, and they want to discuss like the whole thing that happened with Chrissy. And so Yandy's trying to show how this is a family thing. Like Joel's and Jim are like family. Chrissy and Kim need to be like family. Like, this is a whole family thing. And with her fighting Kimbella, it just makes bad for family. It makes bad for business. It affects her and her money and how her clients interact. And so she's looking out for the interest of everybody. But of course she's looking out for her own interest because her interests are them. And everybody's like, you know, Olivia is just jealous. And Samaya was there too. And Samaya was just like, look, things gonna have to just ride out. You're gonna have to let it be. Yandy's like, no, I gotta fix it. So they're like, okay, fix it. But in the meantime, Samaya kind of pumps up her show that's coming up, and Kimbella's like, okay. I mean, not Kimbella. Yandy was like, okay, well, I'll definitely be there. I'll come. And Emily was like, yeah, I'll definitely come. And then Olivia's like, no, I'm not coming. Because, we're really not there yet. Like, we're still not cool from when we were before. And I'm like, really? Like, you just mad because you can't sing. You can't get a gig. You can't get somebody to fund you. So don't be mad at him. Don't be mad at her. But, needless to say, Olivia showed up. And then she had all this crack to talk about how Samaya was performing. But you can't get that. You can't get a showcase. You don't have a Barry funding you. So you're mad. Why you mad? Be quiet, Olivia, and sit down. Bottom line. Can't stand her. Oh, anyway. So then we have Emily sitting down with Kimbella. Kimbella's like, look, I gotta make this. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I was not coming at you mean. I was just coming at you to say, hey, look, I felt in the moment, I felt good about what you were saying, that you were finally moving on. And I want to just express, hey, look, I dealt with him 3 years ago. And I'm happy that you're moving on, that you're making this. And now Emily wants to be like, oh, so what, will you jump off? Or were you effing him? Or were you a girlfriend? And just being all like, whatever. And this is after Emily got her spinach from talking to Chrissy, who pumped her up, making her, like, oh, I'm glad you did what you did. Why? Like, why are you hating on this chick because she slept with Fab? She didn't know you. Fab wasn't even claiming you. So how would she even know who you were? Like, you're acting like somebody knew you. And Kimbella's just like, look, I'm just trying to wash this under the bridge, make it all right. But if you want to act like this, that's on you. And really, Kim should have just like not even went to her, because she's coming at you like a woman, Emily, and yet you're still acting like a little girl. She didn't know about you. She didn't know who you are. You were non-existent. Fab wasn't even acknowledging you. So you need to get over yourself. Really, you do. Um, and I understand where Chrissy wants to help be like a fighting force for her friend, but your friend got to fight for her own self. She got to fight for her own, her own battles. And she doesn't need you like, putting up your dukes every time somebody says boo to her. Like, she needs to learn how to handle her own battles. Um, and, Yandy again trying to meet with Chrissy and talk to her about the whole thing, washing it over. And that whole thing just went south because Chrissy doesn't respect Yandy or her opinion. So that didn't go anywhere. But we end the night with Samaya's showcase. Like I said, she put something together. It was okay. I'm not really sure that, it was that good enough to get her the deal she's looking for. But she definitely went forward and put on a showcase without Mini-Me Maurice, because him and her just can't get along. And what was interesting is that after the whole showcase was over, they throw on Mama Jones' song. So Yandy's like, getting up, doing the bankhead bounce or whatever, and Chrissy gets upset. And so Chrissy's like, look, Yandy's like, look, like, she's all about her money. She's like, somehow it talks about her money. Chrissy gets all mad in her feelings. Oh, so what? Jim just a check to you? So she just takes it so personal. Like, Yandy's a businesswoman. Of course it's about her money. If someone needs representation and she can represent them or she can do something for them, she will, Chrissy. And stop getting everybody's money. She got in Samaya's money last year and stopped Jim from messing with her. And now she's trying to get in Yandy's money. So if Chrissy would mind her own business, then maybe folks can just do what they're trying to do. But as we know, it's always got to be messy in ghetto land. So we'll tune in next week and just figure out what's going on. This is your girl, Tennessee Cutie, bringing you my review of Love and Hip Hop Season 2, Episode 2. I hope you liked it. I try to give you the most honest and raw and real review that I can. This is some hot mess, but I will continue to watch and bring you the review each week. If you like, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Give me a comment, shout out, and I will continue to bring you the review. Have a wonderful holiday week, and I will see you on next Monday. Bye.